I am Dominic Rayona, and welcome to today's lesson. The Great Gatsby, the 2013 movie, versus the 1925 book, The Great Gatsby. So the movie starts off with Nick Carraway, aka Spider-Man, moving to New York, and the first person he visits is his cousin Daisy. Daisy is married to billionaire Tom Buchanan, and they both live in East Egg, New York. They are accompanied by Jordan Baker, aka Tiger Woods. So at dinner, Nick finds out that Gatsby lives in West Egg because he goes on this rant about how nobody lives in West Egg. And Jordan just goes like, "Oh, you must know Gatsby." And that sparks some sort of um past experience in Daisy. I basically told you the scene, but I have it anyway. Just watch.
Dad.
I don't know a single person that side of the bay.
Oh, you must know Gatsby.
Gatsby? What Gatsby?
So in the book, it starts off with Nick and gives a brief description about him and how he moves to New York. And it goes into some saying about what his father told him about judging people. And then once he gets to New York, the movie basically follows the book well and shows how he goes to Daisy's and they have a party. And then it moves on. Like in the book, it shows Nick going home, and he sees Gatsby for the first time. And then he says he seemed to be looking at something. In the movie, it shows Nick seeing Gatsby reaching for a light, and the light flickers in the distance. So the next day, Nick and Tom go to visit Myrtle, who is Tom's mistress, and she is married to a guy named Wilson, and they have a time of their lives, and Nick gets drunk. So Gatsby's basically the kid from Project X and throws these ragers. Nick gets invited, and of course he goes. At the party, Nick meets the one and only Gatsby, aka Titanic, aka Inception, aka The Wolf of Wall Street. So again, the movie sticks to the book, and it's basically the same. Gatsby is introduced, and the plot unravels. So Gatsby likes Daisy from this relationship they had 5 years ago, and Tom is currently dating Myrtle. And then there's Nick. So Gatsby gets Daisy to come to one of his parties, but she brings Tom. They don't like it that much, so Gatsby cancels all his parties. So now you have Gatsby and Daisy and Tom and Myrtle, and everybody's all happy right now. Meanwhile, in the book, it's basically the same thing, except they focus more on how much Daisy and Tom dislike the party. And that's a kind of a difference. So Wilson decides that he's gonna take Myrtle and move. Tom sees this and he sees that Gatsby is taking Daisy and Wilson is taking Myrtle. In the book, it gives kind of a better explanation of what's going on, but in the movie, you get a better understanding of what Tom is feeling with Tobey Maguire's excellent narration. So, a quarrel begins between Daisy, Tom, and Gatsby, and so Tom is mad, so Daisy and Gatsby take Gatsby's car, and yeah. So in the book, basically the same thing. Daisy is driving, Gatsby gets blamed, Wilson gets really mad, and let's see what happens next. So Nick begins to see that New York is not what he thought it was, and Gatsby is, in his opinion, the only good one in there. His cousins move out, and Wilson, yeah. It's sadly the same in the book too. Oh, and then there's Nick. So basically, the movie is very close to the book material, except in the book it gives a more descriptive part, and I mean, in the movie it's kind of just like a prop that nobody would really notice. It kind of goes more in depth in the book, which, if you're a literary type, that's good. But if you're a movie type and like to see things on screen, then the movie was very accurate accurate description of The Great Gatsby. Thank you for watching. I'm Dominic Rayona, and this has been The Great Gatsby Study Time with me, Dominic Rayona.